Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to Pickup Science Academy. So, students, in previous lecture, we discussed briefly that what is cell. We also discussed that how cell was discovered, and we discussed three important techniques in cell biology, which are microscopy, staining, and centrifugation. So, in today's lecture, we will continue same topic, that is techniques used in cell biology. Techniques used in cell biology. Okay. So another very important technique that is used in cell biology is tissue culture. Okay. That is tissue culture. What is tissue culture? Tissue culture is in vitro growth of a tissue. We grow a tissue outside the animal or a plant body by providing strict laboratory conditions. So, what is tissue culture? It is in vitro growth of a tissue. What is meant by in vitro? In vitro is by providing strict laboratory conditions. Okay. So we grow a tissue outside an organism body by providing a specific laboratory conditions. We use a specific instrument for it, and it is laminar flow hood. It is also called biosafety cabinet, and also it is called as cell culture hood. So, by applying the strict laboratory condition, we grow the plant or animal tissue, and we grow it in a specific medium which is called culture medium. So, another important requirement is cell culture medium. What is culture medium? Culture medium is nutrient rich medium. It is nutrient rich medium. So this culture medium has all the nutrients which are required for a tissue to grow. It has vitamins, minerals, hormones, and sugars which give nutrients to the tissue to grow. So let's see the steps which are involved in tissue culture. So next point is steps in tissue culture. So the very first step in tissue culture is that we take a healthy organism. For example, suppose we take a healthy plant. Okay? We take a healthy plant. And what we do, we take a tissue from that plant. From that plant, we take a tissue, and that tissue is called as explant. Okay? This explant is kept in the culture media. So what happens? Then when it is kept in a culture media, the cells start division. Okay? Let me show it through diagram. For example, suppose this is a plant. Okay? So we will we will take a tissue. Suppose we cut that bird, okay? Because it contains stem cells, okay? The bird area is the area where from where new flower or new leaf arises, okay? So we cut that bird area and we place this in a culture medium, okay? So this is our culture medium per age, okay? And we place that bird in that culture medium. So after a few days, what will happen? After a few days, we will see that this tissue, it will start division. The cells in this tissue, it will start division and they form a mass of loosely arranged cells which is called CAS. So after a few days, what will happen? That X plant, it will start division and this tissue will be converted into loosely arranged mass of cell and that is called CAS. Okay. Now what will we do at this time? इस स्टेप में हम क्या करेंगे कि थोड़ा सा हम कंसंट्रेशन को चेंज करेंगे न्यूट्रिएंट्स के इन द कल्चर मीडियम प्लेट. What we'll do at this step that we will keep the oxygen concentration low and we will keep cytokinin concentration little high from oxygen. These two are the plant hormones, okay? These are the plant growth hormones. So what will happen? That this callus will be converted. It will start producing shoots, okay? So इस callus में से छोटे-छोटे shoots बनना start हो जाएंगे. Then at this step, what we will do? Now we increase the oxygen concentration and decrease the cytokine concentration. So what will happen? That the roots will start arising. The small roots will start arising. So then after a few days, what will happen? That from this tissue, a small plant will arise. Okay? So after this, we'll see that a mini plant will form. And then we can shift that plantlet to the soil where a new healthy plant and mature plant can be formed. So these are the steps involved in cell culture. Now, this tissue culture technique is very important in plant cell biology. And basically, these all steps, their main principle is they are based on the principle of totipotency. Okay? These all steps, they are based on one simple principle, which is totipotency, means that one cell, for example, plant cell, it can grow and make a full plant. Okay? So, the principle of tissue culture is based on, the technique of tissue culture is based on the principle of totipotency, that one cell can be converted into whole organism. And basically this implies on plant tissue culture. तो ये सारी डिटेल जो है वो टिश्यू कल्चर के बारे में थी. ठीक है. नेक्स्ट important technique, another important technique of cell biology to study the cell biology is chromatography. So it is another important technique which is used in studying the cell structure and functions. And what is chromatography? In chromatography, we separate the molecules in the mixture. Okay, so this is a technique where separation of molecules which are present in a mixture. Okay, so what we do, we separate the molecules of a mixture. Okay, and in chromatography technique, basically we use two phases. So one phase is stationary phase, and it is mobile phase. So what is stationary phase? Stationary phase is always fixed. Okay, it can be paper, it can be cellulose, it can be silicon. Okay, it is always fixed. While the mobile phase is the phase which moves, which moves over the stationary phase, and it takes the sample with it. Okay, so two important types of chromatography are, the very first is paper chromatography. Okay. So in paper chromatography, we use paper as a stationary phase. Okay, let me show it to you through diagram. ठीक है, इसमें हमारे पास एक कंटेनर होता है. We have a container which has mobile phase end. Okay, हमारे पास एक कंटेनर होगा. It is a glass container which contains a liquid which is called as mobile phase. It can be water, it can be ethanol. Okay, and what we'll do, we place a paper in it. Okay, we will insert a paper in it which contain a spot of our mixture which we want to separate. वो mixture, वो sample जो हम separate करना चाहते हैं, जिसके components को हम separate करना चाहते हैं, हम उसमें यहाँ पर वो drop पहले से we'll put that drop on. Okay, so this is our sample. So what will happen? After some time, this mobile phase, it will start flowing over this paper. Okay, it will start moving upward. For example, if the sample is the mixture of pigment, okay, suppose it is a mixture of pigments. So what will happen? After some time, you will see that the component of the pigments that will flow over it through the paper, and the pigment which has more affinity with the mobile phase, it will move faster than the pigment which has less affinity with the mobile phase. So after some time, you will see that the different pigments, they will be separate. Okay, so you will see that after some time, there are the individual pigments. Okay, so this sample, it will be converted into its compound. And this paper, this stationary phase is clarity. Okay, this is fixed here. Okay, so through this procedure, the pigments are separated to its individual component. Okay, the mixture of the pigment, it is separated into its individual pigments. The next very important chromatography technique that is used is column chromatography. column chromatography, what is the difference between paper and column chromatography? That in column chromatography, the stationary phase, it is silica or either alumina. Okay, it is either silica gel or alumina. While in paper chromatography, the stationary phase was paper. Okay. So in the column chromatography, there is a glass column. Okay. We has a glass column. The inside of the glass column, it contains the stationary phase, which is either silica or alumina. Okay. So the particles of that stationary phase, they are present inside the glass column. Okay. So suppose we have a mixture which is composed of two types of particles. Okay, we have a mixture which is composed of two types of particles. So we will put that sample over that column. Okay, by the help of a mobile phase. Okay, we use a mobile phase, which can be gas, which can be liquid. Okay, and that will flow over this mixture from our sample, and it move that sample over this glass column which contain our stationary phase. This is our stationary phase. Okay. So जब ये particles, when they move through that column, what will happen? That they will show interaction with the stationary phase and mobile phase. Okay. So what will happen? That there will be interactions. Okay. Suppose the blue particles, they have more affinity with the stationary phase, and the red particle, it has less affinity. Okay. It has less affinity. So what will happen? That the particles which has this affinity with the stationary phase, they will elute first. Okay. So we will get that red particles first. Okay. That component will be eluted first. And the particles which has more affinity with the stationary phase, they will elute after the first one. Okay. And this all happens when mobile phase takes it over that column. So through this procedure, different type of components, they can be separated from the mixture. So these chromatography techniques, they are widely used in pharmaceutical to isolate the drugs. It is also used for the extraction of different plant pigments, also used in the isolation and purification of different proteins and enzymes. So, students, we have discussed two important techniques which are used in cell biology. Tissue culture, we saw the different steps which are involved in tissue culture. Then we discussed the chromatography. What is the principle behind chromatography? Two kinds of phases are used in it, and how the paper chromatography works, how column chromatography it works. So it was all about today's lecture, and inshallah in next lecture we will study the remaining techniques which are used in cell biology. So stay connected with Pickup Science Academy. Till then, Allah Hafiz.